Hello, my name is Stephen Bond, and I was the level designer for this level, which I am affectionately calling uh, Ruins of the Past. Lush greenery, crumbling temples. Uh, I tried to include it all. It's like Indiana Jones meets Tarzan with a sprinkle of divine intrigue. I tried to get across that the idea of a long lost civilization. Uh, Heavily Christian inspired civilization, lost civilization, forgotten by time and ruined. But I also tried to sprinkle in there that there might be others trying to rob graves and such, looking for treasure that may have been lost. I tried to sprinkle out around through the level these different opportunities for the player to engage in parkour. Funny story, those gates are actually a mixture of spears and wrought iron gates that I slapped together and made into a fence. Like I was saying, that the evidence that this civilization crumbled a long time ago can be seen in the architecture as it is all falling apart and uh, crumbling to the ground. I tried to add in these uh, torches and lights leading into the different areas and trying to lead the player where I wanted them to go. I took a lot of inspiration for games I've played before, such as Resident Evil and things like that, with this next door that you'll see in a moment, which I just picked up the key for. Those lights in there are actually just point lights that I placed down there. Turned the intensity up, made them white to give the illusion of sunlight coming through the rocks. That hand railing is all put together by hand. No pun intended. Also placed all of these caskets and sarcophagus myself by hand, as well as these pots. This is what I was talking about, these kind of emblem artifact that you pick up and you have to put it into a certain slot and it opens the door, the cliche thing. I had a lot of fun using the assets we were given this month, uh, such as the chests and the keys and things like that. Being able to assign collectibles and items to be necessary for you to open certain doors, things like that. It adds uh, a lot of depth and fun to the game, intrigue. Now I wanted to set up here as the player comes out of the temple. As they're leaving, they climb up this parkour, dilapidated wood. They turn and they see this massive, still standing against all odds of time, statue of this divine being. I also wanted to design most of these jumping sections where the player would feel like they were going to fall to their death. But in the last moment, they would grab a hold of the ledge and climb up. This is probably my favorite section with the mausoleum, the little gazebo type deal here. I don't know what you call it, but it's there. Uh, and watching over is this giant statue, along with the eagle emblem representing majesty and just majestic nature of everything. And as we come to the end here, as we leave the exit through this exit transition, I'm going to turn it over to Benjamin Clayman and his level, the Coliseum. I hope you've enjoyed. I certainly enjoyed building. Thank you.
Hello, my fellow adventurers. My name is Benjamin Clayman, and this is my presentation to my level called Coliseum of Maze. The scenery of this maze takes place in a broken down, abandoned coliseum where the stones are old and the floors are shattered. This coliseum was once made for many battles in late history, where it was characterized by its massive size and design. After many years, the coliseum was ran down and abandoned with no maintenance. Everything in the coliseum starts to break down. This Colosseum is reimagined as a labyrinth towards any adventurers to explore as a maze. This unique Colosseum gives players to challenge themselves to navigate through the narrow walls in order to find the exit. Once a player enters the Colosseum, there is no turning back since the gates will be closed shut. In this level, the player has to go through the maze in order to achieve to the exit gate, where the walls may be a little tricky for the player since it's a narrow pathway with a bunch of turns to go through, but be aware that there are some gaps that the player also has to jump over. Be careful because there is also some blockage between the walls where the player may get lost in the maze, but with every turn gives the player close to the exit gate. This level brings the grandeur and mystique of the Colosseum setting, adding on an extra level of excitement and encouragement towards the maze experience. Once a player makes it to the end of the maze and open the doors, it will lead the player towards the next level of our game. So adventurers, are you ready to test the maze for yourself? If so, then let the Colosseum of Maze begin.